We there. We there.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Southern Komfort Podcast. I'm your host, Keeta King, and I had every intention of playing my amazing theme song that my friends, my family, so faithfully put together for me. Shout out to the 44 Acres Home for doing that.
Hello.
However, I decided to do something different today with my cell phone, and I'll just be real. I didn't know how to do it from my cell phone. Nonetheless, you know who I am. Welcome to the Southern Komfort Podcast. If this is your first time joining, do not let it be your last time. Make sure you always come back. It's very music heavily based. However, I just love the South because honestly, that's all I know. So I always try to make sure that I highlight the things in the South that are going on. What's up, Breeze? What's up, Sang? So MzDria. Okay, so Breeze is on the line.
Hey.
A few things that I want to say prior
Hey,
to well, hey, Breeze. A few things I want to say prior to us getting started. Make sure you follow the Southern Komfort Podcast. That is Southern Komfort with a K. Okay, Southern Komfort Podcast. We're on YouTube, Facebook. We actually have a presence on Instagram. I don't broadcast live from there. However, I guess when I figure out how to, I probably will. Nonetheless, we are here, and I am so excited to be a part of today. First of all, I got the notice that we are no longer in the triple digits in Texas. Okay.
Woo!
Yes, Lord. In the name of the Lord. Yes, Lord. so we're no longer in the triple digits. We're cooling down a little bit. And so we're looking forward to that. And we're just going to go ahead and get into it. I want to say, first of all, today is, no. First of all, yesterday was my baby's birthday. Let's start there. Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you so much. Happy birthday to probably the only 22-year-old who is still being called Toot. Happy birthday, Toot.
My youngest is named Duke.
Toot and Duke. How old is Duke?
Child, he's 12. He gonna be Duke for the rest of his life.
No, that's what they do. That's what we do as parents. But happy birthday to my baby. I'm so proud of him. He's pursuing his baseball dream. Very talented, very smart, good looking. I don't even like light-skinned men. Just so y'all will know, I don't. But that's the best light-skinned brother. You hear me? The best light-skinned brother ever.
Toot.
Toot. But no, happy birthday to him. Today is also National Parents Off Day. Okay, so I'm gonna step away from being a parent, and I know, it's okay. We really never step away from it, but in honor of National Parents Day Off, we'll keep on moving. Also, today is National Sober Day. You got your yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh,
you did. I hope that I didn't defend anybody or offend anybody who is struggling. This is just this is what we do on the Southern Komfort Podcast. She has white wine. I mean, she has red wine. I have white wine. At the end of the day, if sobriety is an issue, inbox me. Now, those are some inboxes that I will take.
Pray for them.
No, we absolutely will. To each his own, and I know what that life is like. I do. So, but in any event, tonight I'm excited because this is the second time back to back I've had two female artists to come on the show. Last Thursday, shout out to Melanie, from my soul. Yes. Yeah, that is my I genuinely like her as a person. It goes beyond a podcast. Yeah. It goes beyond, you know what I'm saying? It goes beyond anything that you guys can see. I genuinely like her as a person. So shout out to her. Make sure you follow her. Melanie from my soul, Miss Pressure, baby, my man. Follow her. Today is about Miss Dria. So I want to introduce her, and I'm gonna allow her to tell you a little bit more about herself. Miss Dria, first of all, I want to say welcome to the show, Miss Dria.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You
Welcome
see?
to the show,
Oh,
and I'm so glad to have you a part of tonight's podcast. And we just gonna talk, okay?
okay.
And we're gonna let the people, the listeners, the viewers, or whatever, we're just gonna let them eavesdrop on what we have to say. How about that?
That sounds great.
All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So first of all, how are you?
I'm amazing. So, um, it's been a long week, and it's coming to an end.
Yeah, yeah. It has definitely been a long week. If I'm out on a Tuesday, I know it's a whole song that says we're going up on a Tuesday, but at my age, I'm not going up on a
Yes,
Tuesday. Yeah, like I'm just not. Hell, I'm going to
all the
sleep
way
on a
down.
Tuesday. Right. So
Yes.
tell me
Yeah.
about your week.
So my week consists of I have two boys that play football. So my week always consists of football, football, football.
Okay.
So
Okay. It sounds
my
like
boys play.
you. Sounds like me with baseball.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they play basketball and baseball as well.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I don't get breaks. I don't get like what it's called sports breaks. When one sports is over, they are going to the next. So
Yeah. Listen, I can relate because at eighth grade, ninth grade, going into high school year, my son decided he was going to completely just commit to baseball, which is what he
mm-hmm.
was kind of pretty much raised to do. So when he did, we played year round.
Mm-hmm.
We
Okay.
played
Yeah.
year, so there were no off breaks. So I understand, mom to mom, I do understand, but I will tell you this: uh, kids learn a lot of discipline. They learn a lot about manhood and brotherhood, even when they play sports and they're actually on a team uh, in a team setting, and also they have schedules. And they just, it teaches a lot about life.
Yeah.
It does. It does. So let's talk about you. So tell
Mm-hmm.
tell
I
the
agree with
listeners a
that.
little
It
bit.
teaches.
No, I'm
I'm
listening.
sorry.
I'm sorry. I think we have a delay.
We do. We do. It's kind of like a on and off delay.
Okay. Well, let me let you talk.
Okay. Am I telling the listeners about myself?
If you will, I would appreciate it. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I am Miss Dria. I am from Mississippi, the big Mississippi, originally from Jackson, Mississippi, by way of Starkville, and now I live in Meridian, Mississippi. Yeah, so we moved around like that in my life. But I always tell people I'm from all over Mississippi. I'm not like one Mississippi town. I'm from all over, north, south, east, west. I'm from all those Mississippis.
Mm-hmm.
So, I grew up definitely, like I said, in Jackson. We moved to Starksville, grew up there, and then I moved to Meridian to go to school, to go to college. I've been here for about my oldest is 13, so maybe 20 years. I am
Okay.
37 years old. We don't look it. We don't look it.
We
But
don't listen.
I'm
Let me
35.
tell you something. Delays and all. Black don't crack and beige don't age. You hear me? So you're good. You know, you absolutely do not. You don't.
Thank you. But so I've been here about 20 years. I work as an HR specialist for a company here in Meridian. That's one of my passions, HR. Just kind of fell into it. Just kind of fell into HR. I've been in the military for going on 18 years. Whoop whoop! Shout out to me. Can't wait to retire. Jesus.
Shout out to
But
you, but you know what? Your body reflects that. You like
Well,
you
thanks.
have a very you have a very nice body. Like you like and no homo,
I
but
get it
like
from my mama.
you get it from
I
your
really get it from
okay.
my mama.
Okay. That's what's
Like
up.
like one of my songs say, I get it from my mama's side. For real.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, for
But
sure.
I do try to definitely take care of myself. Uncle Sam do not play, so they want you to be fit. But yeah, so I guess that's like the gist of about me. I love to sing. I love to feed people. That's like one of my sayings. As far as when I say feed people, I mean feed them with my music, feed them with my voice, feed them with my character when I'm on stage, feed them with whatever I have inside of me that they need. I love to feed the people. So been doing that all my life. So that's just like a synopsis of MzDria.
So Tina Bros. Hey Tina, she wanted to know what branch. What branch are you in? And I don't know if you can actually
I
see it
am
on my
Army.
side. There we are. There we are. Yeah.
I can see it. I'm Army. I'm Army National Guard actually. So I'm Army National Guard. I've been deployed once. So I'm Army Guard.
Where were you deployed to, if you don't mind me asking?
I was in Kuwait
Oh.
for about a year and about a year and 2 months.
Well, girl, since we sitting here talking about it, I told you we just go talk. What was that like? What was that like?
At the time, I had a whole family, an entire family with my children and a husband. So it was different, but I will say it was probably the best thing that ever happened to me.
Why?
It gave me a way to, I think, as moms and as parents or just as women, when we are in a position that we are married with children, we really focus on that. That's it. We don't focus on ourselves. Well, when you are gone for an entire year and 2 months, honey, you start to learn yourself in a totally different manner. And start to realize, like, oh my God, I have missed so many things about myself. And so I went to therapy over there. I just learned so many different things. I got more disciplined over there. Yeah, I was disciplined, but I wasn't as disciplined because I really was trying to make sure my family was. So there's just there's probably one of the best things that ever happened in my life to deploy.
So when you talk about like you went through this, you thought about you had your family dealings, you were away, you had to be focused, of course, because you're there for a reason. How did you get through it?
Right. Prayer. And I had a huge, and to be honest, I had a huge Tina just asked what my MOS is. I'm a 92 Yankee, I'm supply. But I had a huge
okay. Oh, okay. There, okay,
no,
good.
I can see it. I can see it on my phone. I'm sorry.
Okay, good.
She was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what? Okay.
For me, I had a huge support system as far as like friends that were over there. And not when I say a huge, I meant like they are really big on support. And what also got me through was we developed a choir over there at the church. And so like it was a constant thing. So honey, I sang. That's what really got me through.
You're singing
every Sunday.
You're singing.
Every Wednesday.
Okay.
I'm singing.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Thank you, Tina, for
every
asking
Friday,
the question.
I'm sorry, every Friday, because we had like little R&B nights like they do at the club. We had those. So honey, Friday we will sing R&B. Sunday we was at the church.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like my mama used to say, if you can hang out and party all night on Saturday, you can get up and go to church on Sunday. That's it. That's all. Yeah. And I'll agree to that too. But at the end of the day, it kind of sets a foundation. And it helps you. We can sit here and pretend all day long, go back and forth like we've always done things perfectly, but we absolutely have not. Neither did our parents. Right. However, one thing I know, and two things for sure. If when you're brought up a certain way, you may detour from it. You very well may.
Yeah, but
But
you'll
that
get back.
foundation is so solid, it don't change.
Yeah, that's the
It
truth.
it, it doesn't change. So let's shout out to Breeze too, because he's on here right now, and he said hello. Let's go ahead and go back
Hey,
to Hey Breeze. Did I put that's I'm sorry, that's the wrong. Is that right? No, that's Mr. Jameson. Okay, all right. Here's Breeze. He's on here. Hey Coy.
what's up,
That's
Mister
my
Do
niece
Too
right
Much?
there.
That's my brother right there. I love his mama. She be
Who's that?
good.
Breeze?
Yes.
Cougar Trap. That's all right. He go try to get your mama. That's all right. Keep playing with Breeze. Breeze, you know I love you for real, for real. Okay, so let's go back and let's talk about prior to military. How did you end up getting into Southern Soul? Clearly, you have some religious and church roots, but how did you get into this particular sector itself?
I think it was a God ordained thing. Purpose doesn't always look like what we think it looks like. So for me, I've always loved blues, but honestly, I never thought I would be singing blues the way that I'm doing it, if that makes sense. And it's such a wide range as far as places and like being on here. I've never thought I'd be in a position like this. I'm a church girl, so I've been in church all my life. My mom was a pastor, honey. I've been in church. All my sister's a preacher, my brother-in-law a pastor. I've been in church all my life. So it's that's in me, but I think purpose needed to be outside of the church. And I think for me, there's a sound that needs to be made outside of the church. Yeah, you could be saved, but you could also be saved and sing love songs. You know what I'm saying? And I always say there's a certain sound that needs to be heard. And I feel like God has given me that sound. And so, and people are probably like, well, you just need to sing gospel. Well, what is that going to do? Because, I mean, people sing gospel all day and be unsaved.
It happens every day. It happens every Wednesday, every Tuesday, every Sunday. It happens absolutely every day. And that's no knock at gospel. That's no knock at the church. But one thing that we have to understand, especially is, I think more kingdom. I think more kingdom. And you will bring, it is what it is. You will bring more people. People will listen to you, and they will pick and just choose, their fate in regard to religion, or in regard to. There are some people who will hear your music, girl. They will never step foot in the church. That's true. They just won't. And as much as I, especially my father, I feel like my spiritual father, whatever. I think he's amazing. I think he's great. The truth of the matter is this: there are people who will listen to your music, and they likely will. That will probably be the only love, the only Jesus, the only God fearing peace that they will ever hear. So for me, it doesn't matter if you are a football player, baseball player, you sing blues, you play the saxophone, you in radio, whatever. I love the fact that basically what you said tonight is you did not put yourself in a box, although your mom is a pastor.
I think people need to feel something from you. People need to feel that. That's why I said I like to feed the people. People need to feel that love from you, or feel that, my good thing left me, honey. They have left them too, but guess what? You can get another one. You know what I'm saying? They need, and that's the truth. That's not like, that ain't saying like, oh, well, go do something wrong, but that they need to feel something from you. So I think that's a God-given thing. That ain't just, in the church. That's outside the church too.
One thing I learned, MzDria, when I was in education is, we're talking about kids now, but they don't care about what you know. They don't care about what you know until they know you care. When they realize you actually care, then at that point in time, it opens the portals for them to be able to receive and listen to what you have to say. I won't sit here and pretend that I am a saint, because I'm absolutely not. But however, I know I have things that I have seed I've sown, not just to the kids, but to people who needed it. And I know also that they know I care. I can go back to those same kids, those same people, and say, hey, you know what I'm saying? What are you doing now? Why you were wired to do this? Why are you not doing it? That's not open to everybody because we get so caught up in I'm trying my best not to stay in not to get in trouble, but we get so we get so caught up in doctrine,
position,
and oh gosh, yes, absolutely. And what we fail to realize is you're here to win souls. You're here to win souls. You know what I'm saying? And so I know I'm not popular.
And by any means necessary. And if that means I got to go to the club and you get to listen to my love song, but when you start following me and I put a God quote up and you like, oh, that touched me, then baby, I got it.
Exactly. I love the fact that you do not put your religious background, your makeup. You didn't allow that to make you put yourself in a box, because I feel like that's where we miss a lot of people. We really, really do. As far as, God looks on the outer appearance. I mean, we look on the outer appearance. God looks upon the heart. He looks at your heart, and your heart is pure. I've talked to you several times, and I've enjoyed talking to you because I feel like I've known you for a long, long time.
I know. We sorry, people. No.
I know it's a delay. Okay, so let's move forward. Okay, so let's talk about the fact that you grew up in Mississippi. Where'd you go to college?
I went to Meridian Community College here in Meridian. That's where I graduated from.
Which is in Mississippi, right? Meridian.
Yes, it is in Mississippi.
What did you study?
I studied administration, business. I studied business. So that's what I kind of like to dive in, is business. I actually, like I said, I kind of fell into human resources. I have a friend, a very close friend. She's actually a captain in the Army. She's a HR director for NASA. And so me and her was just talking, and she was like, I think she said, you're a very good people person. And I was like, girl, okay. And I was like, okay.
Everybody's not wired that way. Everybody is not wired that way to be a people person. I feel like I'm a people person, but I do have a cutoff point too. Like I'm just like, okay. So to be in human resource, I worked closely with human resources in a local municipality that I worked for years. And it wasn't necessarily a human resources that I would ever want to deal with my career or my my stint at that particular municipality. However, I do respect the fact that comes with a lot. So let's move forward. So you graduated graduated high school. I'm sorry. You went into the military. No, you went to college.
So I went to college. Let me be honest with you, Keeta. I went to college, but I flunked out my first time.
You did what?
I flunked out. I flunked out of college my first time. Honey.
Okay, yes.
We was partying. Honey, I was not going to school. I was studying boys, clubs, and that's it.
The beautiful thing about that is you know how to speak to to get through to people who are where you are. Girl, listen, I did too. I think when I transferred to SFA, I had like a 1 point something or whatever.
I wanted
In a perfect world, I wouldn't have. I would have had that
right.
3.0, 4.0 or whatever. But life be lifing, and I'm happy that I did get an opportunity to at least enjoy that, or just know that aspect of it. Oh, but baby, when I got serious,
Right.
I was in the front of the lecture room. I was
Okay.
so walk the listeners through, like, so you flunked out, and then what happened?
Honestly, I flunked out, and my mama said, "Okay, look, you got to find something to do. Something. You got to work. You can't just lay in my house. It doesn't work like that with my mom. You either got to figure out how to get back into school, and work yourself back into school, or you got to figure it out." And I would have never, ever thought to go into the military, ever.
How
Let
in
me
the
say that
hell
again.
did you end up in the military then?
My best friend wanted to go to the Air Force. And I was like, okay, well, we'll go take the ASVAB. Had never taken the ASVAB before. Like I said, I would have never thought to go into the military. Honey, somebody telling me what to do? No, ma'am. All my family graduated from college, and so you just have this idea of what you're supposed to be doing, and military is not it. But my best friend wanted to go to the Air Force, and we took the ASVAB. And my mom was like, "Look, you got to do something." So I was like, "Man, I was
Something.
embarrassed. Yeah, I was embarrassed. I had flunked out of school. That's an embarrassed state when your mom is a college graduate, your sister, uh, Howard graduate. It's a lot. So it's a lot of pressure. All your auntie, it's just a lot. So I was like, I got to get away. And the Army said we could send you next week. I took my ASVAB, passed it, and they told me they could send me next week. I took it
And
January.
you just freaking went.
I went.
You just went.
I just went. I
What
did.
is your zodiac
And
sign?
my best friend pulled that on me.
The reason you got into even explored the option was your best friend, and she decided, well, you know what? You needed to do. However, it happened is how it was supposed to happen. So when your best friend pulled out, what'd you do? What happened?
I was going. I mean, it was like I
Did
don't
you
think
call her?
No, she knew. I knew she was. She had pulled out. So I was like, oh, okay, girl, I'm still going. Like, I don't have anything else to do. I need to pay for back. I need to get back in school. I knew they were going to give me a bonus. I got like a $20,000 bonus. So I knew I was getting that money. I was going to be able to pay school and go back to school. So, I was like, I'm going. I was afraid, but it was like, okay, I think I could do this. It can't be that bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I thought the worst, and it was probably like I said, it was a piece of cake. I was like, oh, this what we doing? Okay.
And
I
I can go
enjoyed
to
it.
school and get it paid for, and not come out with any student loans. Hello, anybody out there?
Hello.
Anybody out there who could listen? Yes. So once you did that, you went through your basic training. You did how long did you do? 4 years or longer?
So you do basic training for 9 weeks. It's a 9-week course. Like, you do basic training, they get you ready. Basically, they just brainwash you into what you should be. Then you go to your school. As I said before, I'm a 92 Yankee, which is a supply sergeant. So you go to your school, you learn it, and they set you free. You come back home.
Debt free. No student loans. You don't owe anything to Uncle Sam. You don't owe anything to the state of, well, you're not from Texas, but state of Mississippi. Like, you just like, So at that point in time, blank slate, debt free, what did you decide to do?
I decided to go back to school.
Okay.
I decided to go back to school, and I pursued business. And I think like after that, of course, I met my ex-husband. Got my children, and I think life started. Life just started.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
life just started real quick for me
So
after
after you go through your
that, and
because
it
I
was
think
just.
it
I think it was
requires
a blur.
no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. I was just like, life is just like, okay, you're at
Yeah.
life now. You're
Yeah.
grown up.
Time to make grown up decisions. So you go
Right.
from
Right.
you went through what you went through pre-college, flunked out, you go to the military. Clearly you're disciplined. Clearly you are. And then you come
Yeah.
out and you do your grown person thing as someone who has already gone to the military and pretty much, got a career started. You went back to school. At what point in time did you decide, you know what, I'm about to sing and this is what I'm going to sing? How did we get there?
We got there by stripping away what people thought. We got there by being healed from people. That's how we got here. I would,
Talk
like I
about
said,
that.
Keeta, I've only been in, let me be honest with everybody. I've only been in Southern Soul and singing my own music for about 6 or 7 months.
Okay.
Okay. So before that, my testimony is I was I was in church every Sunday doing praise and worship. So I'm sorry, you about to ask me something?
Well, no, I want to let you talk. I know what I'm gonna ask, so you go ahead. Speak
Ask it,
freely.
ask the Keita. Ask it.
What I want to ask you is because that is one of the biggest hurdles. Not just men. I mean, not just women. Men, women. It doesn't matter. That's one of the biggest hurdles that people have to be leap over is what people are gonna say, how people are gonna judge you, um, society's outlook on what you do. How did you, for somebody who's listening right now, how in the hell did you get past that? How'd you get past it?
I think just with having the mind, I felt like God had already freed me. He had freed me from and this is just for me. I hope no one takes this, like, oh, she, condones divorce. I do not. I do in some instances, but he freed me from my marriage. He freed me from the thought of being perfect. And so I was already free. Um, Once people had an opinion about what I was doing, how I was doing it. And I don't think I don't think I'm disrespectful. Let me say that. Or once people had that opinion and they felt like they could control that's an out for me. And so I think, and to be quite honest, I was fired from my position as a praise and worship leader because of me doing secular music. Um, and that's the truth. I honestly never said that out loud. Never. So, in a public space, never said that out loud. So I think for me, it was like, oh, okay, I'm still saved, still love God, but this is something I'm doing as well. And God still love me too.
Do you hear me? Absolutely, absolutely. Listen, well, I won't go there because I may not have no more viewers
Yeah, that's why I
speak
said I
this.
never said it out loud. And I usually don't, go into it. I just feel like, oh, just, fell into it. No, I was doing it because I feel like there was something that was
there's
purposeful.
somebody there's
Mm-hmm.
somebody who needs to hear that, and I say that because um I've been on both sides. I
Mm-hmm.
have. I was raised in the church. My grandmother's a missionary. Second Sunday in September, which is right now, they got the revival going on. Shout out to my Temple Church.
Right.
I, and I
Shout
and
out
I
to
will
Mama
never
Tree.
forsake my roots. Don't get me wrong. So I don't make light of it. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a very firm foundation. You know what I mean? For me.
Right. Right.
However, when you learn better, know better, you can do better. And what I learned, I can only speak for me. What I learned is, um, people tend to put God in a box, spirit in a
Yeah.
box,
Woo.
and determine that if it is not within that brick and mortar, them four walls, then you're not getting to heaven. But I know people, and I have experienced people who are so hateful and mean and judgmental in the church. Now, I'm not saying
Mm-hmm.
that's not everywhere, and I'm not saying that to say don't go. I can't say one way or the other, to each
Right.
his own. But I
Right.
will say this: that is not Jesus. That's not God. Like, I feel like there are several people who go get to the other side. Well, hope if they make it, if that's what you believe, and they're gonna figure out or realize, like, there were so many souls I could have won to just good, just
Mm-hmm.
good. We tend to put titles on so many things, and I understand, when it comes to leadership, I get that, preacher,
Right. Right.
pastor,
Very
but
respectful. Yeah.
we tend to put excuse me, tend to put titles to so many things, and if people don't fit within that certain box, then they're not going to heaven or hell. And I'm sorry, I disagree. No, I'm not sorry, I disagree with that. That is not the case. That is not true. There
Well,
are
I think we.
people.
I'm sorry.
No,
I
you
think
speak.
we.
No, you go
I
ahead.
think. I think because we grew up with this image of what it's supposed to look like. You know, we read the Bible and we read. I promise you, we've probably read the same scriptures over and over again, but it's what we have uh, been accustomed to and what it looks like and the image of what we're supposed to be and supposed to look like. You're supposed to have a husband and you're supposed to be married and you're supposed to, go to church every Sunday and you're supposed, what you're supposed to do. And when your heart ain't right,
Mm,
when your heart really ain't even right,
mm.
and you really sitting in church like, I don't even like y'all. I don't even like Jesus like that. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point,
Wait, wait. I don't
you
like
know,
you. I don't like
I'm serious.
you.
Like at this point, what we doing? I don't even like my life. God, why you didn't gave me this? So and like that's why I said once we're free, God go work on you. And it's gonna be in some areas that you're gonna be like, Lord, I'm going where to sing? You want me to do what? You want me to go talk to who? Mm-mm. Once you freed up from that, man, it's different.
Let me tell you, and you really speaking my language, because when God chooses to, and this is not a sermon, guys. Like
I
I
know
said,
we
eavesdrop
sorry.
on this conversation. But when God chooses to deal with you, however the spirit chooses to deal with you, it has nothing to do with anybody. It don't. I can
Right.
remember one time, and I'll hush after this. I was at Cheddar's with my kids. I think maybe it was just my son, and I had the most. When I tell you, I had the rudest waitress. Like, really, Keeta, no, Keeta really wanted to, like, cuss out, cuss out. You don't get no tip. That's just what you just don't, because that's how you presented yourself. That's how you acted. You don't deserve nothing. But
Mm.
I was sitting. First of all, my son was observing. He was watching, and he knew she was rude, and he knew she was mean. And he knew I would get with her too. But I had a choice to make, friend. I had a
Well,
choice
the
to
kids
make.
be
And I
knowing.
told,
They be like,
yeah,
mm-hmm.
especially mine, be like, oh, well, that did it.
Right.
Mama about to go off. She about to go off. But I didn't. I told him, I said, she's been terrible. I didn't make her look like a saint. She's been terrible. She's been horrible. But you know what? I don't know what's going on with that in that woman's life. At the end of the day, I am going to choose to be nice to her and show her some Jesus today. I won't even give her a tip. I gave, and no, of course, I never touch base to see what that did for her. But at the end of the day, I know it did something, because that is what we lack as you could say saints, Christians, however you want to wordsmith it. That is what we lack, and that is the reason why people are very hesitant to come to the church and to be involved in the church, because there are not a lot of nice, graceful. You got to have grace to do some of the things that you're required to do as a person. Let that sizzle in your spirit. You got to have some grace. You do. And so when people feel like church people or and this is not about church, y'all. I'm sorry. If you're just not tuning in, it's a Southern Komfort Podcast. I got MzDria on the phone, and we are absolutely talking girl talk.
I'm sorry.
No, but at the end of the day, like those are the things that keep people from. I'm not bound to brick and mortar, but those are the things that keep people from going to it. Forsaking the fellowship of the brethren. Those are the things that keep people from doing it, because it's not loving. At the end of the day, you gotta love. If you don't love, first of all, I don't want to know you. But if you don't love, you gotta love from a genuine place.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. All right. I will step off my pool. I will step off my pool.
I know. We're going to stop preaching.
Do what?
Drink a little wine and go back.
There we go. All right. But at the end of the day, what I want people to get from this podcast is not only just the fact that you make good music, you are beautiful, girl. You're fine. No homo. Like, you are so fine. Like, I'm trying to get there. But I want people to understand. Do what? What'd you say?
You're there. You are there, darling. You are there. You are beautiful.
I'm trying. Yeah. I'm there.
Thank you.
I'm there. I'm gonna claim it. But more than anything, I don't want people to just think that we this is just a podcast, number one. But number two, I don't want people to think that we're trying to take them to church. I want them to know you, and I want them to be inspired by knowing you, and to understand that we don't have to live in this box, this societal looking glass, because everybody with their looking ass is looking and judging. You do you. If it ain't hurt nobody, you do you. So let's move forward.
Baby,
all right.
I love me a good juke joint. I ain't gonna lie, I love me a good one. Like a good band and a good juke joint, honey. Take me there. So, and I don't want people to be like, ooh, she love the Lord though. And I love me a good juke joint too. And I cuss a lot. So I mean, look.
You said a lot.
God is a lot. I won't even go lie and be like a little bit. I like it. Like,
yeah.
It's my feeling. So, I just am who I am. MzDria I'm probably very transparent. I'm an open book. I love to sing what I sing. I love to sing about what I sing. My songs comeback. It's called a comeback for a reason. Okay. Do me right, honey, because you got to do people right, or another man will, period. And I believe that's the truth. I believe in that wholeheartedly.
She said, period. Okay.
Okay. Or
Before we move forward to your music, because I want to talk about that. What does your mom say when you said your mom's a pastor, right?
mm-hmm.
Okay, so when you decided like I'm gonna dip over here and I'm gonna do this, what was that? What was that like? And we'll move on. I promise. We'll move
Oh,
on.
that's fine. My mom's the most unbiased person in the world. I love her to death. My mom, shout out to my mom. She hears somewhere. I love her.
Hey, mama.
Okay. Shout out to my mom, but and I've always said this. Anybody that knows me know I say this about my mom. She's the most unbiased. I've always been able to talk to my mom. She's not judgmental. She's not the normal pastor. She has, oh God, yeah. I'm not even gonna get into it. She's just not the norm. And I'm not talking about anything she's done. I'm just saying what we bring to her as her children, she takes that and puts love on top of it. And it's like, okay, we're gonna love you back to whatever you need. But singing, I mean, she like, okay, you got a song out, okay. And it's love. And she like Do Me Right. That's a song right there.
Not Do Me Right. At the end of the day, the root of it all should be love. At the root of it all, every decision you make, it should, whether you choose to fool with somebody or whether you choose not to, the basis of it is all love. You know what I mean? So okay, so let's move forward and talk about you. So you went through, the military point. You, of course, you grew up in the church, which a lot of people that I interview did grow up in the church or whatever. What female Southern soul artist, because you have a very good voice, you could have went either way. You could have went whichever way you chose. What female, or was there a female vocalist that made you decide, you know what, that's what I need to go that route?
I looked at Sheba Potts. I watched her a lot.
Okay, educate me, because I don't know. And I don't have a problem saying when I don't know. I don't know.
Fine. I'm gonna actually look up one of her songs. I actually looked at the way she did shows. Yeah, she sings. Let me go to one of her songs, Chad. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. They just hanging out eavesdropping. It's fine. Sheila Potts.
She sings. Yeah, Sheba Potts.
Sheba. Gotcha.
She sings a version of slow rolling, struggle with emotion.
Got it. Yeah.
She sings a version of that, but her shows are really good. Like the way she performs on shows is really good. Betty Wright, I know she's a fan favorite for everybody, but man, Betty Wright is a beast.
You hear me?
Like hands down, pretty legend as a blues artist. Like Betty Wright was a beast, hands down.
Hands down. And let me tell you,
and people be like, well, you don't want to go to the.
Oh, I'm sorry. Betty Wright.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Betty Wright could hit those octaves. Her vocal range was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. It was like you couldn't. Who go out saying Betty Wright? You know what I mean? If you hit a C, she about to go to X 2.0, and that's not even a key on the Richter scale of music. But no, that was her. That was her for sure.
Yeah. Okay. And Shirley Brown, she's one of them too.
Yeah.
I like Shirley Brown. She sings Woman to Woman. Have you ever been in love? Yeah. I like Shirley Brown as well. I can't hit Shirley Brown. I be having to tell the musician, take it down a little bit, but yeah, I like Shirley Brown.
Bring it down just an octave, just a little bit.
Give me a couple keys down.
Right. So let's talk about where you are now and what you are. I know you have a collaboration with my friend Big Mel. Shout out to Mel, the big homie. Where are you now? Shout out to Big Mel. Where are you now in regard to I guess pretty much where you want to be in this Southern Soul genre or sector, and what we can look forward to in the future from MzDria.
Um, right now I'm still in the studio, putting more music out. I
Mm-hmm.
write, so all of the songs that I've put out since I've started, I've wrote every song. Um, so that's my main goal, to continue to put good music out, and to continue to show my talent and feed the people. Where I want to be, you know, I think I'm so humble. Can you hear me?
No,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
tuned in. I'm locked into you. Yes.
Okay. I think I'm just so humble. I don't, being on a big screen, because I'm honestly, I know I'm talking, but when I go to shows, and it might not be good. I hope no one thinks bad of me when I do have shows, or when I go to shows with other artists. I'm kind of to myself, because I'm like that naturally. I'm an introvert. I'm only a in people's face when I got that mic in my hand. I'm like a Sasha Fierce, honey. I turn into somebody totally different.
You hear
But
me? Yes.
naturally, I'm kind of chilling. You know, naturally, I'm kind of to myself, and chilling and kind of reserved until you get to know me, or until we have a conversation. And when I know it's genuine, then you get to see my personality more so. But other than that, I think being that I am so reserved, I like to go wherever God leads me. I have goals, of course, but when those doors open, I'm ready to go through. Preparation is always a thing for me, so I like to prepare.
Mm.
That's my goal, to prepare. So I always tell my kids,
Preparation.
be ready at all times. I don't care what it is.
That part. I have this saying, and I don't even remember where I got it from, friend. But it is, you know, it's the early bird that gets the worm, but it is the second rat that gets the cheese.
Mhm.
Stay ready to seize the opportunity. Stay ready, because opportunity plus preparation equals success. Could you please stop? Stop. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. But
Tell
no, but
nephew stop.
yeah, no, that preparation sometimes it's underestimated, or maybe it's not valued as much as it should be, because when the opportunity, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
This is the universe we live in. It's coming. You just got to be prepared for it. You have to be ready for it.
And that's something I'm learning as well, Keeta. That um in this space now, because I am used to getting it, in the church, you can sing, honey, you there. But in Southern Soul, it's so huge, it's so broad, it's so many amazing artists, it's so many amazing talent out there. You just have to be ready. And so I'm learning where to prepare, to always stay prepared, always stay prepared, whether it's with
Always.
new music, whether it's with the way I perform on stage, whether it's my voice. That's something I had to learn how to prepare, because in church, honey, I just hollered and we was good.
And
But
folks
this
was
this just not
falling
how it
out.
is. Do you hear me?
I got you.
Throat was just
I know, I
gone.
know, I know. I get it. Yeah.
So, this is a different preparation for me. So that's what I'm learning. I'm learning to, Andrea, sit and prepare, because the time is definitely coming, and I
Mm.
will be prepared for it. So, yep.
I will say this: there's nothing like timing. My God,
Ooh, say that again.
nothing like timing. You make decisions in your life, and they may not necessarily be popular to the onlookers, to your family, to your friends. At the end of the day, who lives your life? You do. At the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, who has to be responsible for what you were sent here to do. Because contrary to what people like to believe, we're not just here sucking up oxygen. We just not. We're not. We rode the vehicle, our parents, into this realm, and now we're here, and we're here for a reason. And so my thing is, I just told somebody this yesterday, I think, or day before. I don't want to die with anything in me. I want to die empty. When I go to the grave will not get my talents, my gifts, will not.
Yeah.
Absolutely will not. And I believe the same
That's
for you.
good.
I think you're a kindred spirit. Very much so. Very much so. So, but
I will say this, and thank you. I will say this. You said kindred spirit. I will say this. A young lady, when I was overseas, I told you that was probably the best decision. It was the best, place for me at the time. It was a girl overseas, a friend of mine overseas. Right. And when I say she pushed me mentally and physically. The physical you see now, I was almost 250 when I went overseas. Okay.
Girl, you fine. Like, I need to,
I was almost 250.
You're on, sign me up. I need to be on that.
But listen, the girl that put me on, shout out to her. She's a captain. Her name is Keeta.
Hey, Keeta. How ironic is that? That's so crazy.
I know. That's why I was like, when y'all was saying Keeta, I was like, Lord, her name Keeta. Well, yeah, her name is Keeta. And I always give her flowers for that, because she was very instrumental in the kind of the moves I made in the military and just in life in general. So yeah, shout out to all the Keetas out here.
Shout out to all the Keetas. You hear me? Listen, what was the age difference between you guys? Between you and the other Keeta that you know?
Oh, I'm 37. Keeta maybe 39 or 40. I don't think she's turned 40 yet. So you think I'm fine?
She fine.
We fine.
See, we can't be in a picture together.
My friend.
Right.
Yes, we can. Keeta, you fine too. I done seen you on picture.
Girl, look. I need to just start moving. Eating is not a problem for me. I eat pretty much healthy. I don't, do a whole bunch, but I enjoy food, but I don't indulge, and or whatever. Moving around is what I need to start doing, because I work a lot, and I like what I like. Like, I love to swim. Swimming is my thing. I can swim and do laps and laps and laps all day long. But am I gonna get my ass out there and run on a treadmill? Probably not. Probably not gonna happen. Probably not. But if I have someone who's there to be like, come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna do better, because I'm getting older. And I know that this is the time, like, at any point in time, if you're going to get serious about your health, Keeta, and you're going to try to get yourself together, do it now. You don't want to be 80 years old trying to do it or whatever. Yeah. I'm gonna get there. I'm thinking, shout out to young guy, by the way. What'd you say?
Hey, young guy. Hey, friend.
Young guy, he works out faithfully. He makes it look so easy. And pretty much we talk every day. And you would think that I would be a reflection of that, because we talk every day. But look,
you working out. Me too.
Yeah. You would think. Okay, friend. Okay, so I'm gonna let you off here, but we have to play Plead the Fifth. That is like one of the rules of the podcast. I'll ask you 5 questions, okay? At any point in time, you don't want to answer them, you don't have to. You just say you plead the fifth.
Okay.
Yeah, drink up.
Okay.
All righty. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Are y'all ready? Because here we go. Okay, so plead the fifth. All right, so this is what you said. It ain't fair, but it will be. When Mr. Jody comes in town, he gonna take care of me. Well, so and by the way, you guys make sure you check out you have to make sure you check out that song "Do Me Right." She has the original out. She also has a remix out with Big Mel. Shout out to Big Mel, straight out the MISSI Killer I Mississippi. All right. So what is that? What when you say that you made that lyric? What exactly is Jody bringing to the table? What is it about Jody?
Ooh, what is it about Jody? So, what one person won't do, another one will. That's a motto. You know, people used to say it all the time, but it's the truth. And Jody brings a different outlook. Okay, if you're gonna deal with someone outside of your relationship, that's if. Okay, not saying you should. Lord knows, don't deal with nobody
No.
outside your relationship. But uh, but and people, we say this anyway. You know, when guys cheat, you gonna cheat with somebody up. Don't be cheating with no hood rat. That's retarded. They ain't got nothing to lose. That's stupid. You know, if you gonna cheat with a guy, don't be cheating with no guy that ain't got no job. What? Mr. Jody is already in town because he's homeless. No, not that one.
What?
Not that Mr. Jody.
Run it back.
Not that Mr. Jody. We want the other Mr. Jody.
Gotcha.
The one that can offer you something. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And see, the Mr. Jody, you know, Mr. Jody is just ready to already. Let me say this: there is always someone looking at your mate. Always.
Come on now.
To the people in the back. Always. Don't let them be cute and fine. There is someone always looking to take your place. Be ye ready is real. And so be ready.
Wait a minute. And that is the sermon and the benediction. Do you hear me? That is
No, I'm sorry. I'm done because I'm done.
We're not gonna preach that, but I got it. I got it. Did you guys hear it? I want to make sure that y'all got it. I don't know what the comments are, but we'll come back to them. But you answered that question very, very well. All right, so here we go. All right, Drew, we're taking a road trip. The same thing I asked Melanie. We're taking a road trip. We might be on the road 4 hours, 8 hours. I don't know. What are we listening to? What we jamming to? And it can be whatever. What we listening to?
Oh, you need me to tell the specific song?
No, you can just give an artist. I just want to know how I'm about to get through this trip.
We listening to Mr. Smoke, You're a Bad Mama Jamma. That's how I usually start.
I just learned about Mr. Smoke. Mr. Smoke, I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna bring you on the podcast. I just learned about him recently. Go ahead, yes, Mr. Smoke.
Come on here. Yeah, Mr. Smoke, You're a Bad Mama Jamma. We listening to, I don't know if you know this guy. His name is Mr. Sip.
The name
it's called Turn Up.
Okay, I don't know. I know.
It's called Turn Up. We listening to Jasmine Sullivan. Woo! We listening to her.
You hear me? And you gonna make up out of me. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Let it quicken in your spirit. Go ahead.
We go definitely listen to that. Yes. We're gonna listen to, and then we probably gonna switch over to, Dixie Chicks. Yeah, okay, so then when I start driving, we're gonna start listening to Dixie Chicks.
Listen.
So yeah.
I freaking love country music. When I not all, but the majority. I have my people I listen to, and that don't always it don't always set well with everybody who in the passenger seat. But if I'm driving, if you driving, baby, play your Dixie Chicks, because I'm with it.
Yeah. We'll hit a little Dixie Chick, and then we might hit a little gospel, and then we probably go back over to, I might listen to a little Boosie, and then, give my little moment if I fall asleep. Might listen to a little boosted. Might go back to my college days, listen to him, and then I probably listen to myself for a little while. Then that's probably it.
Okay, so that's a road trip I'm willing to take because I don't necessarily commit to any. I am very much an energy person. If this is what I'm feeling, I may get up in the morning. Girl, listen. I may get up in the morning and my neighbors probably be like, what the hell is she on? Because it's straight country. I may get up in the morning and I'm like, INDE, it just doesn't matter. Or I was in the club when I go with my mood, whatever that look like.
Yes, that's me.
Yeah, whatever that looks like. You either get with it or you can get on. All right, so we're going on a road trip. That was number 2. I got 3 more. All right, so one must go, and this is always a difficult one for the artist. Okay. So one must go. As a female Southern Soul artist, you got Nelly Tiger Travis. You can choose her. You can choose Jason A. You can choose Lacey. You can choose West Love, or you can choose yourself. But one must go immediately.
Where they going?
In our playlist on our road trip. We got to get rid of one of them. Let's just say there's only one that can make it. And we got to get rid of one. Which one must go? And that's hard. I know that's hard.
Actually, it's not. I'll take myself out.
But why?
I can listen to me anytime. I hardly ever
listen. I mean, when you make that make sense, then okay, yeah.
I'm probably listening to me more than them anyway. So when I'm in my car, that's when I can listen to other people. Because at home, I'm trying to hear stuff. I sing myself. So, honey, I be in the house. Ooh, yes. No, so, yeah, I'll take myself out.
And you're an artist and you're serious about your shit, and I get it. So you get enough, like you listen to you and you try to figure. It's the same thing in radio that I used to do. I listen to my station and I'm like, oh, I need to take that out. Oh, that's corny.
Yeah.
Or that is, so I get it. All right. So that was question 4. Here we are. In the future, male or female, Southern Soul only. We're gonna talk about Southern Soul only. In the future, male or female, I would like to do a collaboration with this particular Southern Soul artist.
Who would I want to work with?
Mm-hmm.
In the future. You said male or female?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, you can choose one. You choose a female and a male. You choose one or the other. It don't matter. There are no rules in this other than when you say you plead the fifth, and then that's it.
Oh, I can say plead the fifth, huh?
You can.
I would say Cicely Wilborn.
Okay.
And Too Smooth.
I had him on the show.
He sings Pay For
It. Yes, ma'am, he does. He sings. He does some covers too, but that's the song that got my attention when it came down to just discovering talents to bring onto the podcast. Okay, so Too Smooth. Why with the two of them? Why them?
Well, for Cicely, she has first of all, she could sing, like,
and can
sing.
Yeah.
So I like to connect with people that have just, a different tone on them. And she has that for me.
I
Yeah,
got you.
and she can sing. Period. Period. Point blank. She can
I
blow.
got you. I don't know if she writes her own lyrics or whatever, but if she
She
does,
does. She
she
does. She
she's
writes as
dope.
well.
Yeah, she's
Hmm.
a really
Um,
dope artist. Yeti, chill out. My co-host, I'm sorry, y'all. She's ready to get on the balcony and do her thug dizzle. She Superman must be
come
flying
on,
up here,
niece.
I guess. Huh?
Come on, niece. I said, come on, niece.
You're right. Right. She gotta make sure we safe. Okay, so that was four, right?
Yes.
Five. And I
I'm
typically
scared.
only ask men this, but I'm gonna ask you because I feel comfortable to ask you this. I just asked Melanie as well. If you had to, if there you had one or the other that you had to choose, would you rather have your sex tape leaked, or would you rather be ridiculed for making a bad song?
Why am I having to think about that? Um, I that shouldn't even be a question, right? I mean, that shouldn't be like a thought. I probably would rather be ridiculed for making a bad song because as a
Lanisha
singer,
Brown said, well, hold on. Lanisha Brown has answered for you. She said, bad song.
look, hey Nick, that's my best friend's sister. That's my sister. That's best friend's sister.
Hey,
Hey
best
Nick,
friend.
that's family.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, bad song. Because you can always come back from a bad song. It's I mean, as a singer, yeah, you could sing a bad song and they'd be like, dang, she should have sung something else, but she could sing.
Okay. Okay. Like that song may have been trash, but she got them vocals. And
She could
she
sing,
could.
not the song trash. What?
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, but we know, the song could be like some bullshit, honestly. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, she can sing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, she
I
can sing.
no one has ever asked me that question, and I hope they never do, because I honestly I don't sing anyway, so I could probably be exempt from it. But that's, to me, that's always a hard call, because it's like, you have the whole sex tape thing. You can live that down, and then you have people who say, I'm one of them. Um, all publicity is good publicity. It just runs a gamut. And it's so funny because you have men and women, and it's not even gender specific, but
Right.
just different people, they feel differently about that type of thing. So I get it. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
we're not gonna leak your sex tape, friend. Okay, if you had
Please,
one, huh?
please,
We're not gonna leak it. We just gonna let
please
you
don't. No,
produce some. Yeah, I got you.
no.
Or release, rather, something, and go from there. Okay. All right. That makes sense to me. I have one more thing I want to ask you, and it's not necessary. And she did not plead the fifth, by the way, guys. Just so you know, when I do my plead the fifth reel, she's
Yeah.
probably not gonna be on it because she didn't plead the fifth. But I do want to ask you this: your song, what is the name of that song? It's called "Dirty Boots." Okay, and
Uh-huh.
you that okay. So that track under that the music bed, or that music track that's underneath your voice, I've heard on so many well, I'll say at least 4 or 5 different
Mm-hmm.
songs. How does that happen in Southern Soul?
It happens a
And the
lot.
only reason I'm asking, I'm not picking on you. You know that I fool
Oh
with
yeah.
you for real, for real. I'm just trying. When I heard it, I was like, wait, what? How does that happen?
Different people just, they sell it to whomever, and it happens. It's just like, I think Southern Soul is so repetitious. Even if and
Mm.
for let me say this. So for Dirty Boots, I heard the track that I did hear, I got someone to remake it in a certain way. So it's not the exact same one. It was a remake.
And
So
it's
Southern Soul,
actually the it's faster. It's a little
right.
the
So
yeah.
I had someone play that a whole band played an entire different, it was kind of like a different swing to it. But I get what you're saying. So I think Southern Soul is so repetitious. Honey, it's 5,000 songs called Do Me Right. It's matter of fact, it's 3 out right now, came out at the same time. My Do Me Right came out, So, I think Southern Soul is just it's like that, it's repetitious, some it's just like that. And you just have to push what you push, sing on what you sing on, um, and make it yours. Make it
I got
yours.
you. I got you. Okay. I just wanted
Mm-hmm.
to ask someone, a female,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to just know kind of what your thoughts were on it. I do feel like it definitely made it your own,
Well, thank you.
for sure. So would you say that there is a need, maybe, or a lack of producers? People who, I mean, there are certain songs I hear, and I will not call names. I will not call names because that is not what this platform is about. But there are certain
Right.
songs or certain beats or whatever I hear, and I'm like, oh, so and so did that. You can almost like, you know how the little hook
Know who the
goes,
producer is.
blah 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 blah. Did And I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like, I I can already listen. I can already say it. So would you say there is like a lack of or a need for more producers, more people on the ones and twos, I guess, for lack of a better, well, not DJs, but like more producers who produce beats for people who sing, like you you sing, you're a singer. So
Mm-hmm.
is there a lack of that?
I don't think there's a lack. I think there is. It's a, what is it called? A consumer, and it's what people want and
Supply and
what people
demand.
get. So that's what it is. Supply and demand. Um, People want it. It could. I've been to a show where the song sound the exact same. Every song sound the exact same, and them people be out there about to die. Like it's a different song, and I just be like, that's the same song. So I think there's just the supply is still there.
Right.
And so, Southern, like I said, Southern Soul is a big circle, and it just goes in circles. And I think that's the great thing about Southern Soul is that the circle, it gets bigger and bigger, even though it may look the same on this side, it may look the same on that side, but it's not like, oh, well, I hope it's not. Let me say, I'm not. I ain't been in Southern Soul that long. So I don't be like, oh, she don't like me. She got glasses on like me. Or she got, it's like, girl, okay, I don't care. God bless you. We going up,
Right, right,
So
right.
I think it's the circle of life. Like everything comes in full circle. It's almost the same. And I think this is how Southern Soul is. I think there are a lot of producers. And in all honesty, there are a lot of producers that don't even get heard, but they sell their stuff and you be like, okay, it's mine. You know what I'm saying? So there are a lot of producers. It's just that the ones that are out there, maybe the same. But as far as, you know, um, it not being enough, I can't say that because I haven't been in Southern Soul that long. So I've seen a plethora of producers. Um, but
Well, what I want to tell you, just sister to sister,
mhm.
um, you don't have to be in any Southern Soul box. You don't. You can do whatever your vocals will allow you to do whatever you choose to do, and the fact that Southern Soul is repetitive or has the potential to be repetitive is, to me, that's stagnant. So it's not okay. So I feel like I hope someone is on or shares this live and they share it with somebody who has a passion for producing different. Because, and the
Yeah.
reason I say that is because we understand, you and I, we done talked about church and God and everything else, so we understand foundation. We do.
Right, right.
So you don't change, you don't necessarily have to change that, but you can't stifle the morphing to something else. And what I want from you, for you at the end of the day, is just to see you um do you, and do and deliver to this universe, to this planet, to this in this time, what God has equipped you and wired you to do. And I hope that there is a producer who has, because at the end of the day, everything grows. Everything grows.
That's
The
true.
grass grow.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like any living thing. Let me
That's
preface
right.
that. Any living thing grows. And so Southern Soul is so runs so deep with me. Um it just, for to me, it seems like, and I know there are gatekeepers who feel how they feel, but how I feel, talking to my friend right now, baby, the sky is the limit. Do you? If you want to tap into some better, right, do it. Find your producer who can produce that. If you want to add a little Beyonce and you want to mix it up a little bit with Jasmine Sullivan, baby, do that. The world
Yeah,
belongs to you, and the market is, in my opinion, as not being a singer or a musician, so y'all forgive me, and don't come for me or send me in the inboxes. But the world is yours. It is yours. You can
yeah,
do whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do.
yeah. I believe that. Thank you. I
I
believe
know, I
that.
know it. I know it. You can. You do whatever you want to do. Whatever you choose, you can do it. But don't let this genre or any other genre box you in.
Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna get out your way, get out your hair, because
that's
if
good.
not, I'm probably close to throwing my dog over my co-host over the balcony. So so anyway, tell the people where they can find you, what songs you have
Don't
out,
be
what you
nice
have
like
coming up
that.
next. Do it.
MzDria MzDria. I have at least 5 songs out right now. I have 3 that I'm writing now and going into the studio to record. Writing is like a journey for me. So it doesn't take me long, but I usually do like 2 in one day. So it usually doesn't take me long, but I'm listening. What you finna say?
No. I'm listening to you. I have like 5 things going on at one time. You fine. Keep talking, babe. We're listening. I'm listening.
Shout out to Omar Cunningham. He's on here as well. Um,
Hey, Omar. Omar wrote this. What's up? What's up?
okay.
What's up? What's up?
But
Actually,
I
he's
have
somebody that you may even want to talk to, and I only
I
say
know
that because
when you said Omar wrote this, I was about to say me, right?
yeah, no, I say that because you vocally you have really good range, and I know Omar. When I say that, I'm meaning like it's a certain person, certain caliber of sound, I guess I should say, that I know he would deal with, and there may be somebody that you want to reach out to. I don't know or whatever, but there he
Okay.
is. He's here. So if so, hit him up,
Yes, ma'am. Will
Miss
do.
Drea. But as you were before we get off here.
MzDria MzDria on all platforms. You can find me on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube. So let me say this: there are some MzDrias out here. Now, it's the only one that look like this. No shade.
Oh, so there are some people who like counterfeit people, or just people who
No,
just
no,
kind
no,
of
no, no
genuinely share.
counterfeit.
Okay.
There's some other artists that are named Dria, or like Dria C. She out there. Shout out to Dria C. That's my girl though. Dria C.
Drea is the one blame it all on me. Is that her? That may not
No,
be
yeah,
her, but there is a Dria who has that song.
there is a
Actually,
Dria. Yes. Yes. That's another
and
Dria.
that's actually kind of the same. What we were talking about earlier, like that whole makeup or production,
Yeah.
as far as the music is concerned, it is very similar. It's just slower than
Yeah.
yours, but she is so dope. I love her. Shout out to Dria. She is in
Yeah.
her own
So there,
lane, and I
like I
like
said,
it.
she is. She is. That's the different Dria though. It's another Dria. She has a group though. Dria's with SRG, SRJ,
Oh,
SRJ.
okay, gotcha.
But like I said, there are plenty of Drias and they're all super talented. But I am MzDria on all platforms. My music is out on all platforms as well. My first single was BYOB Party. My second one was Do Me Right. My third one, SRJR. There you go. Thank you, Ms. Cunningham. And they are definitely amazing.
SRJR. All right, all
They're
right.
really good.
Yeah. Okay.
So I also have Comeback. I have Still in Love, Dirty Boots, and then I have the remix with Big Mel, Do Me Right. So
Right.
that's what's out right now. But like I said, I have 3 more coming out. So we're pushing good music, just seeing where we're going.
Where we going? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna let you out of here. I just want to tell you, before we end, I really like your Dirty Boots because I'm a mudding girl. I like to go mudding. Like I like that whole lifestyle. I'm not much of a trail rider just because of the how what it is today. But like mudding and outside, I'm that girl.
Yeah.
I love that. So thank you for making that song. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
For us. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it. I appreciate all the love you've given me. I appreciate all the talks tonight, honey. We done had a serious night out here.
We did. We kind of went to
Seriously.
church, did we not? Did we not?
Oh, we got them saved, and we brought them back to the juke joint, but we got them saved.
That part. That part. At the end of the day, what I can say about you that I love about you, you are such a genuine person, and you do not meet people often, especially in the industry, who are as genuine. Either they trying to make their way, they trying to work on that persona, they're trying to create a character. But I've never gotten that from you, even with talking to you outside of this. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never gotten that. So I appreciate you. Love you from a deep place. And as I've told you before, my line is always open.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you for that connection. After we got off the phone, actually the other day, I put, connection is important. This connection is as important as well. Because I thought of you and we had not even talked that long, but I was just like, man, you just know. Just sometimes
when you know.
Yeah. I thank God for connection.
Discernment is key. And I talk to a lot of people. I do. And one thing I won't do is lie to them. If I don't like your stuff, I ain't gonna say I do. You know what I mean? I can love you and not like your stuff. But what I can say about you is you are across the board a genuine female. You have vocals. You sing very, very well. And you have experienced life. You know what I'm saying? So you are somebody, although you're younger than me, you're somebody that I can talk to, connect with, and hopefully between the two of us, let's catapult your career and go take it to the next level, because I definitely think you can. No, I know you can.
Thank you.
Most definitely.
Thank you so much. That's good.
And thank you for your service that you gave to our nation. 9/11 was just the other day. 9/11 sent me into labor. Remember I told you, I said my son, it was his birthday, and I was
was.
Yeah, listen, 9/11 is what sent me into labor. I saw it on TV, and I literally was straight on to the hospital. Had him 2 days later.
So crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But Ma'am, thank you so much because you have a lot to contribute, not only to this subgenre, genre, whatever you want to call it, to music. You have a lot to contribute to not only music but to life period. And I look forward to you have me locked in. This will not be the last time we talk, and I think a lot of you. I really do.
Thank you.
I do.
Me too, Keeta. My other Keeta.
Your other. I'm the first Keeta. I'm number one. I'm number one.
That's exactly why I didn't say Keeta number 2. That's why I said the other one. Both of y'all number 1 in my life.
She could be 1.2. Whatever, but I had to be number 1. I think the world of you, sweetheart, and you call me. My line is open. You call me anytime. Omar has been on here. Before you leave, let me see. Tina. She was stationed in Fort Knox on. Oh wow.
9/11. Oh wow.
She was stationed in Fort Knox on 9/11. What a shutdown. Okay, wow. Yeah. Okay. Prior to you leaving, Jermaine Johnson is on here.
Yeah,
that's DJ. Yeah, that's DJ. Okay. Sharon. Hey, Sharon, out of TK. She's introducing us to some new peeps. I am, and I hope you love her. You go follow her. All right. If I need to, I'll put her contact or her information in the contacts. Shout out to Sharon. Sharon, you so faithful. You always tap in. Thank you. My mama. Hey, mama. She said, that'll preach, baby. I don't know what I said. But
shout out to my manager. Shout out to DJ. I said, shout out to DJ. Shout out to my manager. He's my manager.
DJ, because that's actually how I came in contact with you. So yes, by all means, shout out to him. He's doing this thing. And if I miss you guys, hey Raven. Raven's my little cousin. She taps in. I love it. I love it. DJ Draco. Let's see.
What's up,
Blow is on here. There go Jay Lee. Hey, Jonathan. Keeta King, great show. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate you for tuning in. Hey, listen, my line is open. You have my personal number. Call me anytime. Mwah. I love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.